Good morning. I'm just finishing up breakfast. As you guys can see, I've got the trucks warming up outside. Today's gonna be a fun day. So as you guys know, we are doing big turbo and injectors on the MINIMAX coming up March 25th. It's not even March yet. What the hell am I talking about? February 25th. So we're gonna take the MINIMAX down to Race Proof Motorsports today, which is where I had my Corvette built to get some baseline numbers. So with the 10 mil pump, the built trans, and the tunes that are on it right now, it should make some decent numbers. And the idea is to just get a baseline power number, so then we can do those mods and then we can bring it back and kind of play around with the improvements that the added air and fuel made. So that's kind of the plan right now. Pretty simple. I don't really know anything else at this point, so we're kind of just gonna fly at the seat of our shorts on this video. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we got a very exciting one for you guys because we are taking the MINIMAX down to Race Proof Motorsports to throw the MINIMAX on their dyno to get some baseline numbers before we throw the big turbo and injectors on, which are kind of sitting right in this cluster mess right here behind me. So before this video even gets started and before we even get into anything else, drop your comments below right now. I want to know before you guys see what your guesses are. So it'll be like, I'm guessing 500. I think it'll be kind of fun to compare how accurate your actual guesses are. Now, quick little update for my small garage. The 20x14 independent SS8s are still available for sale without center caps and with these tires. Go ahead and shoot me a message on Instagram. That's down in the description below. If you guys are local and want to pick these up, I'm really not trying to ship them because, well, they're massive. Truck update, LML, looking pretty as always. The DURTYMAX, as we're now going to be calling this truck per all of your votes, sitting here looking good. We got a ton of mods piling up for this truck. It's just, well, a matter of time before we jump into that. We got a lot of content coming up for this truck. The giveaway LBZ is not here, but we need to talk about it real quick. Guys, there's literally less than a week left to get entered for that truck. If you're new to the channel, I'm giving away a 2006 Crew Cab LBZ DURTYMAX that's got a slew of modifications. You can see all the information for that down in the first link in the description. That's my brand Enthusiast. For every $20 that you spend on merchandise at enthusiast.com, you get one automatic entry to win that truck. The giveaway ends February 28th, guys. It is literally here already. I can't believe that 2 months have flown by that fast, but one of you guys are about to get a call in the beginning of March to win a truck. If you haven't gotten entered and you're procrastinating or you're just waiting for the right opportunity, now is your chance, guys. We have new hats, we have new hoodies, we have new designs, we have a whole bunch of new things that I encourage that you go and check out because you never know. That one hat, that one shirt, that one hoodie that you might grab could be your ticket to take home that truck. It's a life-changing event, and I cannot wait to meet whoever it is that wins that thing just to see the look on their face. So with that said, let's get in route to Race Proof Motorsports. Guys, take those guesses below. I really want to know what you're thinking. It's chilly. All right, guys, so we just crossed into Delaware from Pennsylvania, which means we are soon to arrive at Race Proof Motorsports. Very excited to see the whole team down there. A lot of nostalgia driving that route, as I used to take that all the time in my Corvette. Good times, good times. Definitely miss that car. Definitely hope to one day be able to get another Corvette, but it would have to be a C7 Z06. I know my Corvette OGs are very excited to hear that news, but guys, not anytime soon. So anyway, trying to think through what number I'm going to guess. My number is probably going to be a little bit more conservative, honestly, because I've done basically zero research in what the power mods would equate to in terms of rear wheel horsepower. We've got an XXX 10mm pump, PPE race plug, fast 165, 5-inch exhaust, 3-inch downpipe, Whirly Custom Fab up pipes, Whirly Custom Fab high flow bundle kit. Tuning is through Blake at Unleashed DURTYMAX Tuning. Stock turbocharger, of course, and a built trans that's rated for about 750 horsepower. So I'm gonna go real conservative with my number and say 450. Hopefully I'm wrong. I would love to see that this thing makes 500 to the wheels. I just really don't know. But I guess only time will tell. So I'll see you guys when we get over there, which should just be in a few short seconds for me and literally a second for you. But first we gotta get some fuel. 293 in Delaware, I'll take it.
The destination is on your right. Race Proof Motorsports.
That doesn't look that comfortable. I'm assuming we should go to that door. Maybe that door. Oh, I hear something on the rollers. Let's take a peek. Nice little ATS-V. Got Steve, Mr. B Saint Media here with the camera. If you guys haven't checked out Race Proof Motorsports, I'm gonna put their information in the description below. So what a lot of you might not know about me, being that my channel is predominantly diesel focused, is I am an all-encompassing, non-discriminatory car enthusiast. I love everything, and especially LS LT powertrain platforms. They hold a very special place in my heart. I had a 2007 Corvette C6 Z06 that Race Proven Motorsports did a heads cam package on. They did like a B3 comp cam. They did American Racing headers. That thing was rad. I made about 605 to the wheels. My best time that I ever ran with it at the track, only twice, was a 10.8 at 134 miles an hour with a 1.8 60 foot on some drag radials with a very conservative launch because, well, I didn't want to blow the entire rear end of that car apart. So it feels really good to be back down here and just smell that petrol burn in the air. There's nothing that replaces it. I mean, that's like pure America. So just take a look around this shop real quick. They're going to be dynoing that ATS-V, getting some baseline numbers on it before they're doing whatever it is. That thing will probably get some nice spicy modifications after they set that baseline. But yeah, look around here and you just see gloriousness everywhere you look. Beautiful Zeal 1. Oh my God. That thing would not look bad in my garage, I'll tell you that much. That is beautiful. Look at that. That's definitely not factory for sure. We got a nice red Z06 here. Always love this color. A blue Trailblazer SS. That's definitely unique. Another Camaro up here on the lift. Got a blue Z06, C6 Z06 up there with a nice drag pack on it. Everywhere you look around here, it's just Toy Central. Beautiful white C6 Z06. We got Fran's C6 ZR1 right here. Oh man, this thing is a monster. It makes like 1,000 to the wheels. Love it. Look at the size of that belt. That's ridiculous. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is hang out with the team for a little while and catch up because I haven't seen these guys in a while and they're like family to me. And then we're gonna get the MINIMAX in here, get it up on the rollers once the ATS is complete, and we'll see what kind of numbers we can make. We're vlogging the vlog. Look at this setup that Steve films with all the time, guys.
It's nothing crazy.
This thing is outrageous. It's like, hey guys, don't be intimidated by my little camera, but be intimidated by this thing.
Let's go check out your truck.
All right, so Eric's true inner truck enthusiast is coming out right now. That's his Silverado, so he looks like he's pretty happy right now. I think we're gonna let him take it out for a spin before we load it on the dyno. Just know that I only have about one turn. She rubs. I think you're gonna be pretty impressed by this thing. It's fun. That's my only disclaimer I'll give you.
Yeah, I like this thing.
It's a diesel go-kart, man.
You plan on keeping this one, right?
Yeah, I don't think I could ever get rid of this truck. It's too fun.
Pretty good.
Once that converter locks, it's a whole different animal.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what it makes.
It feels like it has to make at least 500 horsepower.
Yeah, that's the thing with the diesels. Like all the torque you're feeling, it's hard to probably estimate horsepower.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a torqueable thing.
It gets up and moves.
Now, did you have the bell trans when you took it down the track for?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
For Cody Frannel.
Yep. Look at that. We're converting an LSLT tech.
Oh yeah. I mean, for a truck, this thing is real. It is impressive.
Look at that hospitality.
Yeah, right when we get back, he must have heard us coming.
So what'd you think, dude? She's awesome. Pretty fun, right?
Yeah, it was really fun.
I'm glad you got a chance to take it out.
I was impressed, for sure. I mean, like I said, my buddy had a dually that was pretty fast. Not something tiny like this with all that power.
You're still thinking that 469, 869 number?
I don't know. I got to stick to it now, though.
Yeah, all right, man. Man of your word, that's cool. Yeah,
dude,
you're welcome, man. No problem.
Awesome.
I'm happy that you could get an experience in it.
That was definitely a cool experience.
So honestly, guys, with the MINIMAX, like I try and let as many people drive this thing as possible, just because I always talk about how much fun it is, and you really can't ever really articulate the true fun factor until you actually get behind the wheel. So I'm glad that he had a good time. So we're gonna get this thing lined up on the dyno here, and we'll get the process started. Oh, guys, look at it all lit up. Cab lights, those Recon cab lights turned out so good. The Amazon headlights, although they don't line up perfectly, they still give it that perfect OEM flair. I'm so pleased with this truck. And guys, I know you commented this way ahead of time, but no fender flares, awesome suggestion. Oh, she's girthy, girl. Is that one sticking off just a little bit more? Oh, a lot of bit more. All right, just gonna try and scoot the rear end a little.
And then let the wheels roll and it will shift this way.
Got it. Well, she looks good up there though, I'm not gonna lie. So as you guys can see, we have one full wheel and tire on the roller, and then on the passenger side, we have a half maybe, so they're gonna try and roll this thing over just a little bit. As you can see, it's starting to move now. Now you're about halfway on. have it lined up now, but now it's another bit of an issue. You can see this line that's forming right here. That is actually that metal plate right there. So that's something that we really couldn't even ever plan around, unfortunately. And it'd be a simple fix if I had some stock wheels and tires, because, well, we could just narrow the width of the track, but that's not so much the case today.
We could throw some more air in them and kind of bulge them up.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we can try it a little bit and see if it does anything. I can't tell if the additional air made a difference in the gap that was already there, though. It did move, and I don't see a line forming on the tire, which is good. I mean, we're talking a gap, like, tiny. It's there.
That's not gonna hit it. That's not gonna hit it. Yeah, I think we're fine.
All right, dude, nicely done, my man. So the whole idea of the initial, let's balance it out equally, not so much the ideal case considering the dyno, but I think we'll be able to make it work. And here's an update for you guys on the other side. Guys, all joking aside, I do want to send a huge shout out to Fran, the owner of Race for Motorsports, for making an exception to bring the MINIMAX down here to get some baseline numbers. Honestly, for me, but also for all of you guys. Such a genuine dude, great friend of mine, and I'm really grateful for those kind of people at the end of the day, because they make all these fun activities even more possible.
So you said fourth gear.
Fourth gear. Fran, what the hell's going on in your dyno right now, dude? What is this? Holy sh! I don't think that anybody will ever see this day ever again. Fran in a diesel on his dyno at Race for Motorsports. Who would have thought? All right, guys, so the first few rounds on the dyno, being that this is Fran's first time, so he's kind of just gonna experiment a little ways, try and get a little bit acclimated with, of course, the newfound diesel, and then we're gonna run for those power numbers. So I'll keep you guys posted as to which ones are the real runs. Hey, Eric, it's starting to smell good in here for you, buddy. Is that it?
Yeah. How high should I rev this thing?
Where'd you go that time?
55?
That's good.
Okay.
That's weird for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a short pull.
It's like it's a quick little blip and then it's done. All right, so guys, we're just trying to get the dyno calibrated right now. There's this characteristic about loading a dyno. We have it at like 40% right now, but Blake at Unleashed DURTYMAX Tuning said we might have to load it up to 80%. I'm not gonna act like I know what any of that means. What does that mean?
It's basically, like, these are the load controllers. So like when you're tuning a normal car, you can set it up a bunch of different ways. You can set it up to, at 4,000 RPM, you want it to hold the roller, and I can floor this thing and it will hold it at 4,000 RPM, won't let it accelerate, whatever. You can do mile an hour. So that's basically, when you set it for percentage, it's just how much clamping force, how much load is on the roller. So up to 80%, that's pretty high.
Okay.
I've never had it much past really 40 on like a normal car. And that's like a big turbo car. It helps stuff like that spool. So I guess that's why they...
Popping a whole bunch of cherries today, buddy.
It was on 40. I'm going to try and put it up to like 60. And
Okay.
see what it does.
Yeah, and you're on tune 3 right now, so once we have things like adjusted, we'll pump up the volume. Not gonna lie, this is pretty fun. So that time around, the truck made like 449 horsepower to the wheels. We'll see how that number adjusts just a little bit with these load changes. Really happy that Fran explained that, because I would have made myself look like a total idiot if I tried to even come up with a remotely accurate description. It wouldn't have been accurate at all. Was that 80 load? 60. So that's the first one, and that's the second one.
The second one, actually, the first one looks like it was like maybe a spike because it was such a short pull.
Yeah, here, the red.
Yeah, the second one was actually a lot longer of a pull.
Okay. So will the load percentage influence the total horsepower number that we're seeing?
It will. At
Okay.
least it does on gas stuff.
Okay.
So it's like 3,200, I guess I'm letting out at.
Yeah, that's about right. So we're on tune 3, so that's like the mid tune. I have five selections.
What should this thing make?
I don't know. So it's got an aftermarket pump, a 10mm pump, and a built trans, all the airflow stuff, and then a full exhaust.
Yeah, the trans feels good when it's shifting.
It does. The converter will lock, and then you know you're good to go.
Exactly. I feel it lock, and then that's when I make the pull.
So stock this thing made, are you ready for the staggering number?
Did you dyno it?
No, I just Googled it.
Yeah.
310 to the crank.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So that's probably, I mean, 250 at the tire or something.
Big
like
numbers
that.
here. I know, earth-shattering stuff. That's a solid torque number there.
Yeah. We'll see if we can get double.
Yeah, so this is, again, tune 3. So once we feel like we're getting consistent results, we'll crank it up and we'll see what she makes. We're gonna go again at 60% load. That was not a good idea to stand there. Wow, we broke 1,000.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a spike or not, but I mean, it seems pretty consistent. I revved it out a little further there.
Yeah, relatively.
That was 75% load.
75% load.
75%.
Okay. So Blake had actually recommended that we try 80% load. Again, anybody watching this, you might say yay or nay. Again, we're just kind of experimenting as we go and having a good time while we do it. Sounds awesome. I like it.
It's not blowing a whole lot either.
So yeah, 5's a whole different animal. Got that same spike again.
Like right when I hit it, it spiked.
Yeah, so I think we could take that number with like a grain of salt. All right, guys, so this will be the final pull on tune 3. Now we have it at 80% load. You're not seeing all that much variability in the total numbers. Those spikes in the torque, upwards of 1,000, we wouldn't really say that they're too on point. I'd say that we're making on tune 3 about low 400s horsepower and roughly mid 900 foot-pounds of torque. I'm really excited about that, honestly. That's a pretty cool feeling. So let's see what the last one did here. Toasty. So the last one is this green one. We're still seeing that initial peak in torque. So that turbo's spooling real fast.
Yeah, I think what it is it's making that torque, but then it's pulling the boost down to settle the boost
Yeah, the
down.
turbo's getting a little ahead of itself.
Yeah, it made like 22 PSI, I saw.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, so I mean, I'd say consistently, let's call it like on average, you know, about like maybe 415. And then that torque, I mean, if you take out the initial spike or the skew, we're probably at about mid 900s, low to mid.
Yeah. The last one was good.
Yeah, that seemed like a great pull.
Yeah, like you believe all of them in the last one. The last one, even the graph looks good. It's gonna make, in reality, it would make peak torque before I even start making the dyno.
Yeah.
It probably makes it at 2,000 RPM. But I can't start it that low because it'll downshift. But that's a legit number.
That's pretty cool. I'm excited about that.
Were like a spike, you could tell for sure, but that's not a spike.
Sweet. Well, let's turn it up.
But I'm all for that.
All right, here. I'll let you do the honors, buddy. Just crank that little switch right there all the way to the right.
While it's running, or don't matter?
It don't matter. All right, guys, so we're still gonna run 80% load. Seems like we're getting good results, and now we're on tune 5. So let's see what the outcome is. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Seems like the transmission just constantly wants to shift.
That's significantly more. Holy cow.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Look at that! I did not expect that. So we're looking at the red line now, guys. There's your tune 3, there's your tune 5. So 538 and 1245 when we ramp up 2 tunes. That's pretty rad, I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect those kind of numbers. To my guess earlier, I said about 450 horsepower, so I told you guys. Don't really know what I'm talking about, but it's all right, we're learning. We're going where we're going.
I didn't pay attention to boost there, but I will next time.
All right, so we're at like 22 pounds on tune 3.
Yeah.
Probably see just a wee bit more. That's max effort.
I was gonna say, if that was 4, I don't want to see what 5.
That's the street tune. That's what I drive in it all the time. She does rolling burnouts at 30. It's great. Should we go again?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. This thing just continues to drive home.
It still showed 22 pounds.
I'm questioning the accuracy of that thing right now. I don't know.
Unless they just play with the injection timing and all that.
Or just more fuel. It's not like we're the experts or anything.
No.
So now we're looking at blue, guys. 584 and 1313. Proud of you, girl. Good job. So they say for data anomalies, it's always good to have 3 points of reference. So what we're gonna do is another poll, and then we'll take the average of all of them, and that'll kind of give us a good, I would say, pretty sturdy, credible number that we can use to compare against when we go to do the turbo and injectors just later this week. And then we'll be back down here to visit our friends at Race River Motorsports. Thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. That was our highest number yet.
Yeah.
587, 13, 27, 72. That's great. I'm really happy with the results. So we're looking at the green number now, Tune 4, 546 and 1201. So still pretty impressive numbers.
Horsepower and 100 or so torque.
Yeah, roughly. That's rad. That's definitely the fun switch. Yeah.
A lot easier coming off than going on.
That's for sure. A little less hair raising. It'll sound a heck of a lot different next time I'm in here too. That sounds gnarly. Oh my God. Getting ideas. It's not good. It is not good at all.
Subscribe to our channel.
Say it again.
Subscribe to the channel
I'll put that information in the description below.
if you're not already.
All right. Everybody wants to see the monster fridge. That is pretty solid. You got like every flavor under the moon in there. Had that. I've had that. I have not had that.
It's like a Dimetap. You'd like it.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
It's like a children's cough medicine or something, isn't it?
Dimetap is?
No.
It's cough syrup.
Yeah, it's just like a children's cough syrup, I think.
Dimetap. Oh, you got.
So that's pretty gross.
It's
delicious.
It tastes like purple powder. However you think purple powder would taste, that's how it tastes. So yes, it's terrible.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, we bought some.
Am I wrong in describing it by
No,
purple
it's okay.
powder?
I think it's Dimetap. I like it.
Purple powder.
Dimetap.
Yeah, you've never heard of Dimetap? I can't believe
no.
it. Everybody in the comments are gonna be like, Jack, how have you never had Dimetap? All right, you know what Robitussin is?
I know that one.
Okay, well, same thing.
Okay. That's why I kept that one there. What's up, dude? How you been, Zeus? You miss me, buddy? I know, I missed you too. It's good to see you, buddy. It's good to see you. Open door slowly. All right, we're good to go. Race River Motorsports, it's been real. Until next time, guys. Oh man, what a good day so far, and I'm leaving with a monster. Always good to, you know, just get a little bit re-energized. Not a paid advertisement by any means. We're jumping here and back in the MINIMAX, which is locked. It's okay. That's why I have the keys in my pocket. Come on, Jack, you know better than this. You know, it's pretty sweet too, guys, is the fact that we actually left with an official Race River Motorsports dyno graph, which is awesome. So the way they set this up is the blue line is your Tune 3, the red line is your Tune 4, and of course the green line means go, is Tune 5. That happened to work out pretty well. So that's kind of going to be one of those things where I will, you know, make a note of this on the day if it doesn't have the date in here already, which I don't think that it does, and it'll be a good reference point. So the idea really, guys, is to actually come back to Race River Motorsports probably in the next maybe like 2 or 3 weeks to do some post-turbo and injector runs back on the dyno. So at least now we have all of the setup processes understood and underway. Honestly, if I can get a set of stock wheels, I might just grab them to make it a little bit more of an efficient process to set it up on the dyno. But yeah, it's really cool. I'm really stoked actually that this truck made these numbers. You know, just for conversation purposes, I've been tossing around that this thing's like 600 horsepower, and I'll be honest with you guys, I was kind of just using that as a rough number. There really wasn't even much science that went into the calculation of that 600 horsepower number, but I had a feeling that it was, or it had to have been pretty close. So to see 587 and 1327 torque, that's cool. I'm really pumped about it. I'm not gonna lie. And that's stock turbo, so it should be really interesting to see what happens with 100% over injectors and the S467.7 Borg Warner with the whole Whirly custom fab piping to complement that. That setup is going to be capable probably of 8 or 850 all day, but you tend to get into this checks and balances of modifications where right now my biggest limiting factor is the turbo in terms of air. The EGTs are just kind of skyrocketing. So we're gonna put a bigger turbo on, we'll get more air, we're gonna get more fuel, and then you know what the limiting factor is then? The motor. And I'm not really looking to build a motor per se, so the idea is to see how long we can make at least the stock head studs last on this truck at a relatively decent power level. So it's a little bit of an experiment, if you will, and it's fun to have you guys along for the ride. So I've got about a 2-hour drive back home. So if you guys haven't already, definitely check out Race Proven Motorsports. They've got a really cool YouTube channel. Steve does a great job with the cinematics there, and you can tell that they're just a great group of guys. Honestly, all great friends of mine, and it's cool to come down here, not only to hang out and do great automotive things from an enthusiast perspective, but also just to hang out with some friends. Plus, if you guys are into like the late model LSLT stuff, check them out. My Corvette was an absolute animal, and being down here really makes me miss having a car. I mean, the fast trucks are fun, don't get me wrong, but every time I come back here, it's like I connect with that inner car enthusiast, you know? Yeah, it gets me thinking. Let's just leave it that way. So get entered for the LBZ if you haven't already, guys. Seriously, we're 4 days away. Don't miss your chance. Like, this hat could lead to a truck, like keys in hand, which is just the coolest thing ever. I can't wait. Please give this video a big thumbs up, tap that subscribe button on your way out, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. MINIMAX put down some sick numbers just between us. 1,300 foot-pounds of torque, stock turbo, I like it.